Good morning. So I just want to mention the membership committee is Carol Kaysen, Trip Guthrie, Adam Laura, Sally O'Neill, and Juanita Smith. And unfortunately, they couldn't be here today. So Barbara Luster and I welcome everyone at this U.S. membership meeting this morning. So as you know, I am Candice Tyrrell, the U.S. Membership VP, and very excited to speak to everyone today. I'm going to begin by showing you these slides to inform you on membership. The Serra USA Council has 9 regions, each with a regional director. We have 44 districts, each with the district governor, and I think in some we need district governors. Overall, we have 8,011 Serrans and 193 Serra clubs. So, let's see. This is an update on membership since January 1st to the end of 2024. We have 843 new members gross. 519 new members net, which means we need to work on retention. I know Mike Downing has always said retention, 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 and it's true. Many of our members are elderly, and we hear of those passing on to be with our Lord, like Nancy Gibson. Keep her in your prayers, the repose of her soul. I know at one of our Galveston Club events, our Cardinal Donardo said, "You need to get younger Serra members," speaking at their Advent dinner. So this is true. I hear this all the time from Serrans around the country, and that's what we need to work on. The top 3 clubs that gained the most members last year are Miami, Florida, with 28 new members. Victor! Woo! Williamson County, Tennessee, 20 new members. Is anybody here from there? Reno, Nevada has 15 new members. And Wheeling, West Virginia, 15 new members also. Congratulations to all these clubs. And I want to remind you, please register for the Missionaries of St. Junipero Serra contest. Anyone that hasn't registered, please get all your clubs to register. We want all of them registered. Thank you. So this slide is a picture of the first Hispanic club, the Joyful Hispanic Club, chartered in the United States, which was chartered on August 23rd of 2022. Father Miguel Sorazano asked if I would help charter a Serra club. So the reason I'm mentioning this is all the agendas I typed up for the new Hispanic president, and she would translate for me in Spanish everything I would say at their meetings. She would translate everything to Spanish. Her name is Mayra Meza Suarez, sorry. And Jesse, I think you've spoken to her before, too. Is Jesse in here? Yes.
I was at the event, remember?
That's right. You were at the event. That's right, at the charter event. So by the grace of God, the charter happened, and at the same time of the charter, they had 35 members, and now they are up to 110 members. And the reason I'm telling you this is because there are a lot of people that want Spanish clubs in their area, and I'm hearing they think they have to have someone Spanish to train them, but they don't. Just like me. You can go and have them translate what you say. You can do the agendas and have the person translate them in Spanish in the minutes. So you don't have to be Spanish to get a Spanish club. You can help them anyway, and I'd be willing to help in any way if you have any questions on that. So another important fact is that the club, since the beginning of 2022, when they formed their board, they began praying the rosary on Zoom in Spanish every Monday, and they still do that to this day. I know God has truly blessed this club. They're such a prayerful and loving group that my husband and I recently joined, and I attend most of their meetings, so now we're members of 2 clubs. So We have 40 clubs in formation, and we have received many inquiries for new clubs. A few days ago, I received a call from David Spady, S-P-A-E-D-Y, that is meeting with his bishop to start a Serra Club in Charlotte, North Carolina. Does anyone know David? Or is anyone here from North Carolina? No? Okay. Anyway, I was excited about that. So, what's working? Clubs that have adoration and more Serrans praying for vocations seem to be more successful. That's why we need more Serrans. It's not just because we want members. We need them praying for vocations because we're in a crisis for more priests. Without priests, we don't have Mass. So that's why we need Serrans for our mission. Everyone is very busy, but you must take the time to meet or email a pastor at your parishes. Give the pastor or priest weekend dates to schedule a Serra recruitment. Tell them they don't have to do the work. You will do all the work. So another idea is to schedule a Serra come and see at a parish and invite the surrounding parishes to attend. I hear this all the time, that those that have the come and see get new members. Have a blurb in the bulletin the first and second weeks ahead. Ask the priest to make an announcement at all the masses for the date and time of the come and see. Barbara and I hear the come and see get-togethers have been successful to recruit new members. Pastors and priests, my husband said you should have that as number one. Pastors and priests, support from the altar is very important. I know sometimes you may get pushback, but continue trying, don't give up. Serra-sponsored programs energize more new members, and I truly believe this. At Adoration, have Serra prayer cards like the ones you can get from Vianney Vocations. Have them on the tables and ready to hand out, and speak to someone about Serra. Have someone stand at the exit doors and have a brochure to hand them and talk up Serra. The traveling crucifix or chalice, make sure Serra-sponsored is announced. I see clubs that have the families come up, but I don't hear anything announced that this is Serra sponsored. And that's important because when people hear that Serra is doing these things, they may want to join. The 31 clubs. Some Serra clubs have large calendars with Serra and 31 club at the top of the calendar on an easel in the narthex as parishioners walk in. There is a Serran there to explain and sign people up. People sign up to pray one day out of the month for a particular seminarian. That they have seminarian names typed on each day of the month to be prayed for. This is a fantastic program. Seminarian parents, they are great prospects to join Serra. If possible, find out contacts for your seminarian parents and contact them. They make great Serrans. So, okay, Serra, energize and motivate. To have a successful Serra Club, you need a great leader and good program speakers. People like to be around priests and sisters, so invite them to your events. Ed and I were invited to the Galveston Advent Dinner, and they had 19 religious who attended. And I know many of you have more religious that attend your functions. So this is wonderful because the priests and sisters draw people. They draw Serrans in to want to be Serrans. So no matter what obstacles get in your way, remain confident. Remind Serrans we need members for our mission, for more priests and religious. So our Episcopal Vicar for Clergy, Father Clark Sample, he sent this care report out to all dioceses of Galveston, Houston, among other things he sent, to motivate our priests to have more vocations. So this care report showed the young men who were ordained in the United States this past year, 71% of them had been altar servers. So, as I always say to people, if you see young boys before or after Mass, ask them if they are an altar server. If they say no, encourage them to become an altar server. Tell them it's an honor and a privilege, and that they are on the altar with the angels and saints. We are in a crisis, as I said, for more priests. So without priests, we don't have Mass. And Serrans, we need to step and do all we can. Like I said in another meeting, one of our priests at a Serra meeting, he goes, you know, I'm not fussing at you or anything, but it's just not about having fun and get-togethers and stuff. So, you know, we need more vocations. Okay, so who have you asked to be a Serran today? Now, who have you asked to be a Serran today? So now I want to ask anyone to speak on how they are attracting new Serra members.
I'm in the St. Louis Club, and we have several members that can't go to the meetings ongoing because of sickness or just, it's difficult, they don't drive and all. But we want them still to be members, and I think a lot of times when they can't go to the meetings, they get disconnected. So our club has started in fall time around before Thanksgiving that we send them a Thanksgiving card that says, thank you for being part of the club and continuing to pray for vocations and supporting vocations. And we'll also send a card around Valentine's Day. And honestly, we get these cards at the Dollar Tree, has these religious Valentines, and I think it really makes them still feel part of our community, even when they're not attending meetings, because that's the ones that are dropping out.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Keep them connected. Let them know that they're being thought of. That's beautiful. Anybody else have anything to share?
I know we're not part of the U.S., but we are from Canada. So we are inducting 12 new members next month.
Oh.
We don't give application if you want to be a Serra. We never use that question. So we invite them to our traveling childless program. We have 7 churches doing our traveling childless, and we have the adoration for vocation. So we invite them. And then we have the ordinary. They've been attending ordinary dinner for the last 10 years, right? So we bring our club 100 in the ordinary dinner. So we just come, see what we're doing, but we never ask them to be a Serra. But so when they need to religious and priest dinners, they come. So they like it, it's have fun. We dance, we sing.
That's beautiful. And you pray.
So this is the way we do it. We do not ask them to join. We just show them who we are, what we do, and the fruits. And I use Facebook a lot. Tyrrell is my friend, Candice. So I show them what we do in the Facebook. I'm told so many people don't like Facebook, but I use that. I am connected with Italia, with Thailand, with Calgary. So I'm not only working for my club, but I am encouraging other clubs. And that is what Pope Francis said. We have to encourage one another. And this is the year of hope.
That's right. Thank you. Peter, did you want to say something about your club? 28 new members?
So, as I mentioned, Victor Roach is our VP of membership. And one of the things that it's now treasure, right? So you get them to join, I got to keep them retained when it comes to renewal, right? So what we really, 1 year, truly 2 years ago, we had a membership drive, got 42 people. Following year, we lost 15 of them because we didn't engage them. And I think the big question when you get somebody to join is, what do they do? So what we did in the case of St. Thomas the Apostle, where the pastor came and stood at our tables, we had a membership drive by parish. So you've always got to be asking, right? You always have a little card that you can get and say, can you pray for vocations on the backside? You've got a QR code or some information so you become a member, but at least you've planted the seed. But what we did there was at St. Thomas the Apostle, we had so many join that the pastor said, agreed to. The 2 weeks later, we had an information meeting. So just to your point of having, then the club talked to everybody and said, what does he want to do? So Amelie Farah, who's our VP of vocations, came up with a little survey. So some didn't attend, so we emailed it to them. But I think one of the great things that Judy's been fantastic about for our club was, as I go to renew people, And I think it needs to be done before the renewal, so throughout the year, right? Because they go, well, I've been a member for a year, I never went to a meeting, and I don't drive, so I'm not going to be able to go. Is to get them to become a member of what I think is one of the most important committees, and that's the Seventh Serra Prayer Team Committee. We make that a committee. So that way they're a committee member. So right away from day one, if you have somebody you know is not going to be able to come, Victor's sister became a member, a beautiful member. She was with us until a year ago. And she committed to praying as a member of the Seventh Serra Prayer Team. So they're on committee. And then throughout that year, the person who's in charge of the Seventh Serra Prayer Team committee, it reaches to them, if only by email, saying, how's it going with your prayer 1 day a week? So when I'm pitching it as the renewal for the membership, I say, you pray, obviously. Can you help pray for a committee that's so important to our mission? So I think that's important. And then I'm the district governor for Florida, so we're working on St. Augustine, Florida, and possibly Naples, Florida. So it's been instrumental in helping with that support that she swoops in and helps us then focus on that area to get a club to join.
Thank you, Peter, and thank you, Victor, for all your new members. Judy Cousins, do you have anything to say about the Crookston Club? I mean, it's such a great club with Bishop Cousins. Does he go to the meetings when he can or on Zoom? I think you meet on Zoom because you're distance.
And I think that we should look at that for certain areas. You know, like in Crookston, there's only 30,000 Catholics in the whole diocese. And so you're talking, and they're all spread out because it's a farming community. And so we meet on Zoom, and we arrive now at Monday nights because not as many sporting activities in the little towns. Everybody goes to the basketball game, and so you could record the Monday night game and do it. So Monday nights has worked out to be well, and we've added I think 6 new members just recently.
Yes.
And Bishop Andrew, when he goes out, he encourages people to join him. We're now putting our traveling chalices and crucifix into the schools. And they also have all the lesson plans for that. And it's been good because Drew is very supportive and tries to get people to join our ministry. And we call it the Crookston Serra Ministry. And that's been good. And people, we are starting, we are hoping to add. That little diocese needs priests desperately. He begged Archbishop Hebden, got 3 priests from him. And now he has 3 in the seminary, and we hope we have 3 coming in this fall. So we're so excited that we're doubling. And you think about 6 seminarians for 30,000 Catholics.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you're talking, it's pretty wonderful.
That is wonderful. Thank you, Judy.
Keep working. Membership is the answer, guys. And your friends, you're going to give them an opportunity to be involved in helping their children and grandchildren have sacraments in the future. That's what I tell people. You know, you can't let this go. You want to be anointed when you die. You want to have your children and grandchildren have the sacraments in the future. And by joining Serra, you can be part of that.
Thank you, Judy. I like that. Anybody else have any questions? Yes.
I actually have 2 questions.
Marvin.
One is, why are clubs just not automatically enrolled in the missionary program as far as the contest is concerned?
Well, it was passed on, so Greg and Mike Downey are here. Do y'all want to answer that question? Okay, Greg.
Sometimes you have to actually try to do something instead of having everything given to you. And so we want people to consciously say, I want to do this. So when I ask them to sign up, that's a conscious decision by the club, saying, yeah, we're going to be part of this. And so I think that creates a commitment and a commitment to action. So that's why.
Okay. The other question is, do you have any kind of a sample form of what a come and see looks like?
I can send you something. I have your email address, I believe. I can send you some things.
Okay. I heard a lot of talk about come and sees, and I think that's a great idea. I just didn't know if there was what's an idea.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Actually, yeah, come and see actually is where you have a table. I have a presentation you can show with Serra, kind of like put together some of these that we've shown today, and then someone gets up, the president gets up and talks about Serra, and you have brochures, prayer cards to hand out. Anyway, so I'll talk to you. Peter.
I just have a question for you guys in the front. So when you asked, when you said that you don't ask them to be a member, do they eventually become a member and pay dues, or?
So I think these are, we have to expose Serra, what are we doing moving on? Because it's very hard to give them the application, want to be a Serra, because it involves money, right? But when they see the value of that money being a member, and our spiritual holiness that we share with them, it's a big thing. It's always works for our clubs.
If I may just add, it's not that we don't ask. As my good friend Ed here said, it's a soft sell. Shame them. It's not that we don't ask them to be a member, but we wait until they are comfortable. They know the members, and they know what we do. That works for us.
If you want to keep coming back.
Yeah.
I like those suitors.
Barbara and I are trying to resurrect the San Francisco Club and the Sacramento Club, and there's just a lot of clubs that we're contacting, but the priests are really busy, and so we just keep trying to follow up with them. All right, we are going to close with the Serran prayer for perseverance of vocations, and thank you all so much. Thank you.